Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about the top five best free stock image sites. So, we're going to talk about what makes stock images royalty free, and we're also going to talk about why it's important that you only use five image sites when you are using them for your website or blog. All right, guys, we'll see you on the inside. All right, guys, let's do it. This is the top five best free stock image sites. All right, so these are the top best, top stock image sites that we recommend using when you're starting your blog or your website. It's going to save you some money. It's going to save you time. Being able to narrow down where the best stock images are that you want to use. All right, so when you're starting a blog or a website, you're going to need high quality images to achieve the level of visual appeal that you're happy with, and of course, a level of visual appeal that people visiting would expect. Some bloggers may tell you that your website doesn't, how it looks isn't that important in the beginning, but I do disagree with that. I've been testing a lot of stuff on landing pages lately and like split testing things, and the results are 35% of people will bounce if your page is ugly. So, and since getting traffic and building an audience is the biggest struggle when you first start out with a blog, it is very important to avoid website bounces, and therefore it is important to make your blog pretty or your website. So you might be asking yourself, can't we just get free images from Google? The answer is no freaking way. There is no circumstance that I know of, at least, where you can just use images straight from a Google search. You could end up in hot water over that. So basically, if you're using an image that someone owns and you go on to make a ton of money out of, say, a piece of content or a course that you've created that's got their image on it or in it, they're going to come after you, and they find out about it. They're going to come after you for a portion of that money. And so, what would be worse is if you created a whole bunch of content and say every blog post you're using like an image that you've just got from Google, and said so all of a sudden you've got content out there that's littered with other people's property, and then you could essentially be left with nothing because you'd have a ton of people coming after you trying to get their money out of you for the royalties of using their image. So just use these five royalty-free websites and you will have nothing to worry about. You might also be asking, why not pay for stock images? By all means, if you have the budget, then go for it. But basically, the free stock image sites are getting so good these days that I really haven't felt like I've paid for two stock images so far in like the past year. And honestly, I've gone on to find better versions of them on the free sites, so I sort of didn't really need to buy those stock images that I paid for. So, and anyway, like these days, I think the gap between a professional photographer and an amateur one is more about access to resources and other things rather than the hardware. So, like, rather than a good camera, because, like, um, you can get a Pixel 3 or a good iPhone and you can take really good, really high quality photos. So, um, that's what you're getting on these free sites. They are really high quality. Um, Yeah, and so when you consider that these sites are essentially self-service, so there's no physical transactions going on where it requires someone to be helping you. So that's what makes them free as well, and essentially high quality because it's contributed by people and it's up there and it stays there for everyone to use. So what makes stock images 100% free? So stock images are royalty free for a couple of reasons. Number one is amateur photographers. Most of the contributors are amateur artists or photographers, and that's what the majority of photos are coming from that are submitted, or they're non-profits, so they could be submitted by pros or other organisations where they're not permitted to profit from selling those photos. So, but the majority are just amateur artists or photographers, and they are really good at what they do. I'm amazed at some of the quality of the stuff that you can get on there. All right, so let's get into it with number one. Pixabay is the number one that we use. Have it saved here. So this is Pixabay, really good search tool. So if you're searching for images with computers in them, that comes up with a whole bunch of different search terms that are popular. It's seriously just a one-click. Well, you get one click for a closer up view of it, and then it's a one click. Choose your size. So there's a good range of sizes there as well. Download, do the reCAPTCHA, and hit download. Hit download, and your file storage will come up as a registered user. No capture has been entered. What? Download. Thank you. Okay, then your file management comes up and it's saved. So that's how simple it is. All right, so yeah, Pixabay, very good search bar, over 1 million high quality royalty-free images. Yeah, good range of download sizes as well. So that's how I go to. That's sort of the number one that I look at. Unsplash is the second favorite on our end. Looks just like Pixabay. Still a very good search tool. Very high quality images. I think they have probably some of the best amateur photographers that contribute. So pretty much the same deal as Pixabay. You get a close up of it, and you click the download, and then it goes straight to your file management. So you don't necessarily get to choose a size on Unsplash, which would be one of the reasons why I like Pixabay a little bit better for the user experience. Yeah, they've got this little thing where you can say thanks to the contributor if you want. So yeah, Unsplash has got over 850,000 high quality images, and like I said before, a very talented community of contributors. All right, so Easel stock. So Easel itself is an actual image processing web app, just like Canva or PicMonkey. I've recorded a review of this web app. I will be uploading that soon. So yeah, high quality collection of free stock images that they've actually created themselves. So there's no doubt whether they are royalty free because they let you use them for free. They do have some pretty awesome paid ones as well that I've actually paid for. They were the two images that I was talking about earlier that I paid for. Really easy to use search tool. Like the search tool is so much better than the Canva one. Last time I used Canva, it was real clunky and just real poor selection. I also wasn't happy with it. So I ended up finding a complete different option to Canva altogether and loved it. So that's Easel. That's what I use for my image processing. Stock Vault number 4. Check out Stock Vault. So Stock Vault's a very high quality website. I really like the way it works. It's got a small range, 133,753 and counting. A huge selection of categories though, so you've still, even though it's a small amount of so just take a look at all the categories here. So it's a pretty easy way to search if you just hover over that and you sort of get to what you want, and you don't have to think about what you need on the spot. And so it basically operates the same way as the rest of them. So still high quality images, but the actual photography or the resources they have probably aren't as good. But you can still find some useful stuff. Same thing, free download. Opens up your file storage, file management, whatever you want to call it. All right, so number 5 is RawPixel. RawPixel is quite awesome as well. Yeah, so RawPixel it's an awesome website again, good search tool, a little bit bigger than what StockVault has. So they've got 443,000 roughly. Very modern images. That's what I found anyway. They do have an awesome, what is it called? Like a plan. So they have a plan like, So they're full of very modern, high quality images. They also have an awesome design resource section for more free stuff and helpful ideas for your social media marketing game. So if your business or blog is heavy on the use of stock images, Raw Pixel has an awesome membership program that you should check out. So I'll get it back up and show you what that is. There we go. So this is the design resources that I was talking about. So they've got these image galleries and templates and free icons and illustrations and a whole lot of other stuff. And they've got, so this must be the membership. It's been a while since I've looked at this. Premium. So this is premium images. So here's their plans. So definitely well worth having a look at one of these if you do, like if your website is very heavy on images and the content you produce, you use a lot of images, then it's worth getting one of the paid plans and having, just having an endless amount of resources at your fingertips when it comes to using stock images. So yeah, very full of high quality modern stock images. Raw Pixel, definitely a good recommendation. So there's my top 5. That about does it for the top 5, guys. So if you want to get a free downloadable PDF handbook as a quick reference to these, so you don't have to keep coming back to this post, you can click this blue button here and you'll be able to get it sent. It's just a PDF file, so you'll have all these collated in a fashion that's easy to access so that you can just access these whenever you need. So to wrap it up, there's a heap of more free stock image sites out there, but in the name of productivity, we recommend that you keep to your list to no more than 5, because you could just be searching around and wasting a lot of time, and you don't want to be doing that. Your time is very important when you're first starting a website or a blog. And if your needs can't be met from 5 free sites, then, like I said earlier, you should probably consider a membership. And because, like we talked about earlier, it is important to have high quality images and a visually appealing website from the get-go. So that's something else to think about with your image needs. All right, so speed matters also. Most of you guys who already own a blog should already know this, but for those beginners, the second step with your images is to compress them so they don't slow down your website. We use Optimizilla to compress our images before we put them on our blog. So this is Optimizilla right here. This is also, I've included this in that downloadable PDF handbook that you can get your hands on. So you basically upload whatever you've downloaded here. So I keep separate folders. So I'll have Pixabay full. And then what I'll do is I'll get them. So that's a full size image. And then you upload it to here and it compresses the image down so that it doesn't slow your website. So that's reduce the image size and basically the pixel density by 36%. So it makes it a much smaller file and it doesn't slow down your website quite as much. So this just integrates with your file management so you can download it. I do recommend having a separate file for whatever you have downloaded. So I have compressed. So everything that's been compressed will have a little min sign there. And yeah, so that's a good way to manage your compressed files. Right, so yeah, so Optimizilla will integrate with your file management system. No need to download anything else. It's free also. Right, so to sum it up, remember these points here. High quality is important. Optimizing your images is very important. So compressing no more than 5 sites to meet your needs, or you're wasting your time. You should be thinking about getting a membership if you need more than 5 sites to meet your needs. If you're hunting around for more free info about how to start a blog, check out one of our free blogging e-courses to save you time and money. Or if you've already started a blog and you need some help on what to do next, check out the awesome courses that we use to build our blogging business. Click on one of these links and you'll get through the landing page to learn more. A few more resources linked here. I will also link all this stuff in the description for you. And yeah, so I hope this post has been helpful for you. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think of our top 5, or if you found a better free stock image site, I'd love to know about it. We'd love to hear what you think. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll link everything in the description. And yeah, that's it, guys. Take it easy.